having another note with me.
Tell your neighbor. You're listening to the #1 internet radio station on the planet. WBND Radio. Home of the Brothers in Demand radio show. This is gospel music 24/7. We come to worship Christ.
The opinions expressed in this show do not reflect the views of WBND Studios or any associated affiliates. It's
Ty and Cody on Purpose. What up, Facebook family? It's Ty and Cody on Purpose. As y'all know, it's about that time of the evening where Ty and Cody on Purpose are live on your radio as well as on Facebook Live.com. We are in the process of sharing, and you know what? We want you to share too, because why? I always say about this time, sharing is caring. So go ahead and share Ty and Cody on Purpose. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good evening. I think I said
wow,
that
that was
backwards.
fast.
Did I say that backwards?
He said like 3 ways backwards.
Yeah, I promise you I did.
I never knew you could say it that many ways.
And that's because I was just talking and I looked up like literally within 2.5 seconds you were pointing at me and like talk again. So I was like, oh, what do I usually say? Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Ty and Cody on Purpose are back live in the studio. So we have a great show for y'all. We got a lot of stuff that's going on in the news. A lot of stuff that's going on in Ty and Cody on Purpose land. Y'all know how we do. We usually like to get it in, as I always like to do. And I have to acknowledge my beautiful, lovely wife next to me, Miss Cody.
Oh, you're so handsome.
Yeah, oh, thank you. What you laughing at? I was getting ready to acknowledge you too, but not now. No, I'm joking.
It's just I was in the middle of that. Let me tell you why I laugh, because I see what people say now when me and Stats do it. I don't realize it till I heard it, and it's like, oh my gosh, like get a room, like that's what I heard.
And that's funny because I can hear Stats saying, "Get a room." Y'all need to get a room.
It was an eye opener.
It's love. It's all.
It
love.
really is.
It's all love. So that's how we do on Ty and Cody on Purpose. Y'all know how we do. It's about entertainment as well as information.
Love it.
So we like to inform you about what's going on in the world of marriage, as well as just keep each other informed and uplifted and positive in this journey that I call marriage, y'all. So I will acknowledge my man, Mr. Entertainment, sitting right across from me, as we could not do this show without him.
That's right.
Literally, because he would pull the plug on us.
Exactly.
Literally, he can pull the plug.
Yeah.
But y'all know how we do. Go ahead, if you are on Facebook Live, we appreciate y'all for tuning in each and every Monday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Share.
Thank you so much. Sharing is caring. Share the video with your family. Share the video with your friends. We want to see that ticker. Actually, that I need to cut my phone down. Jeez
what?
Louise. Because I'm in the process of sharing, so I forgot to cut my phone down. So yeah, I just cut my phone down, so my bad, y'all. I hope that wasn't too loud in y'all's ear. But go ahead and share the video, because that's actually what I was just doing right now. And if you actually look at Mr. Entertainment and Cody, they're actually in the process of doing the same.
I sure am.
Again, I could not do this without the two of them, as I love them so much dearly for all that they do for Ty and Cody on Purpose. What's going on, Leon? How's it do? Great pastor of Beloved Community Church here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Go ahead and share that video. And got to give a shout out to our Tune In family. That's our A1 from day one. They've been with us from day one.
Yes.
Hello, Tune In.
If you have the Fire Stick and you have Tune In on your Fire Stick, you can get the Ty and Cody show on your Fire Stick.
Yes,
That's right.
yes. So see, we making some strides here at WBNDradio.com. We actually got on the Fire Stick.
We are on the Fire Stick. Listen.
And so, as a matter of fact, speaking of WBNDradio.com, if you have not downloaded the WBNDradio.com app, go ahead and get to it. I guarantee you will love it. Download the app as soon as you can, because it is 365 great music, information, and shows where people are letting their voice be heard all day, every day. It is great, y'all. I promise you, I have it on my phone. I listen at least once a day for about an hour or two, because I always like listening to Brothers in Demand, what comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as a few other shows that they got going on, and the music is pretty great. Yeah, y'all have some pretty interesting topics.
Very much so.
Some pretty interesting topics
Very interesting.
and guests that y'all swing through here every now and then. So I'm gonna have to make my way up here one of these days when I'm not super
Y'all come
busy.
on out, hang out with us.
When
Listen,
I'm not super busy, because they have food too, babe.
people bring us
I didn't
food.
know that.
Yeah,
Really?
people bring them food, and he just be sitting
We
over there
need to
eating
feel the
corner.
love too.
Right.
Hey, if y'all in the area, bring us some food.
Well, for me, it has to be healthy food though.
Oh
I'm trying to watch it.
no, they bring us cakes and chicken
I
wings
can't
and
eat that.
listen.
Cake. Oh,
You know
so,
Be on your best behavior.
I am on my best behavior. I am. I promise you I am. I promise you I am.
That's what you consider your best behavior.
Exactly. So it's about that time, y'all. So let's get started with tonight's show. Again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's hit it with our marriage joke of the week.
Dun dun dun.
Again, y'all, I do not make up these jokes. I just find them funny.
All right, I'm ready.
And Cody is looking at me as if she's
Because
ready
you
for
always
this
put that
joke.
disclaimer out there, and
As
I'm beginning
well.
not to believe you.
I don't make up these jokes. I think if I would actually have made up these jokes, y'all would actually laugh each and every time I do the joke. But y'all don't. Now, Mr. Entertainment, he gets some most of the time, and usually our guests actually get them. But Cody, you look at me like I'm crazy when you don't.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I do.
Exactly. You look at me like I'm crazy when I make these daggone jokes. I mean, sometimes Mr. Entertainment, he doesn't get the joke.
I be trying.
He tries. So, and as one listener told us before, if you have to explain the joke is no longer funny.
It makes it more interesting when you explain it.
It does?
It does.
Okay, I guess. Here we go. Macho Man. Typical macho man married typical good-looking lady. And after the wedding, he laid down the following rules. I'll be home when I want, and if I want, and at what time I want, and I don't expect any hassle from you. I expect a great dinner to be laid on the table unless I tell you I don't want to be home for dinner.
Come on.
I'll go hunting, fishing, boozing, and card playing when I want with my buddies, and you don't give me a hard time about
That's right.
it. These are my rules. Any comments?
I'm sure she does.
Yes, his new bride said. No, that's fine with me. Just understand that there will be sex here at 7 o'clock every night, whether you're home or not. Y'all got that joke. There will be sex here at home, whether you're here or not.
At 7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock.
Listen.
I would be home first of all at 6:55.
She's a smart woman.
I'm
No,
offended.
I'm not.
I'm offended.
At
She's a very
6:55,
smart woman.
first of all, I'm gonna be home, and
She
second
know
of
what she
all,
doing.
my second question would be, who you gonna be having sex with if I'm not home at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, because I'm running late. Listen.
It's best to be yourself or Jesus. One or the other.
Because here in Charlotte, 5 o'clock traffic don't get over to like 7:30. Listen.
Hey, you got to get a head start. I believe in being on time, especially for that.
Listen.
I will be
Be on time.
there at 6:50 in my socks.
Oh my gosh.
6:50 in my socks.
You know, anywho. I have to give it to you this time, though. That joke was funny.
That
See?
was classic.
See,
I got
like
it
that
on the
one.
first time.
I got way. He got it the first
I
time.
got nervous. Listen, I was like,
My man Mike even said winner. Mike, we gotta get you and Steph in the studio, man.
Most definitely.
Yes. So, Macho Man. Haha. Moving on, our hot topics. I feel kind of proud that I done got a
You
good joke.
should. You should.
Y'all be killing me with my jokes, dag nabbit. National days. I got some interesting national days to go through. A couple of them, Mr. Entertainment's gonna look at me. He's gonna go, "Why you ain't send that one to me?" But I got you. So
done made us some
today
ones.
is the 18th, and today is National Cheeseburger Day. Interesting.
I started to eat cheeseburger for lunch.
For real?
I really
Really?
did.
I don't eat burger or cheeseburgers. Or
You eat turkey
I eat
cheeseburgers.
turkey burger. Yeah, I eat turkey burgers, but yeah, it's cheeseburger day.
National Cheeseburger
So that's
Day.
a good one. Also, pretty interesting one. And I thought I would have actually heard more about this one throughout the day, but I did not. Maybe because I really didn't listen to the radio or see much of TV. National HIV and AIDS Aging and Age Awareness Day. That's a pretty, that's a pretty heavy one there.
I don't know if I've ever heard of aging awareness.
Yeah, I don't.
Why y'all look over at me?
I don't know.
It was not.
No, y'all look over at me, man.
No. I thought maybe you would know. You're like the walking Google.
She called that man the walking Google.
Oh my goodness!
I was gonna say encyclopedia, but some of our listeners may be like, "What? What is that?"
Britannica. What's Britannica?
I didn't want to date myself.
National Aging Day. Is that like appreciation for aging?
National HIV, AIDS, and Aging Awareness Day.
Aging awareness. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Stats has a birthday on Friday, so I don't know if that
Happy early birthday!
has anything to do with her. So
you know what? See,
I'm trying to get
yourself in trouble
I just
already.
caught that. That was
aging is good.
It is.
It's a blessing from the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't. See, you can't come back
He's
down.
trying to.
The Lord gets him every time.
He's trying to flip that one. He did a good job.
He did a good
one. On the 21st, because I know Cody asked me this before.
Well, before we move on to that, since today is the 18th, I have to wish my good friend Courtney and her husband, this is their 18th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
So go Team Allen.
18th. Wow.
18 years.
18 years. Get the bill for 18 years.
That's good.
Yeah, but you said because we personally know them. They've been together longer than that, correct? They're like high school sweethearts?
They've been together 24 years. I think I remember the day we met her husband. We were at a festival back home.
Oh, wow.
We were still in high school.
Yeah, so they're like high school sweethearts, right?
Yeah,
I love the high school sweetheart story.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. But then I have questions on the opposite end of that.
I do too.
But
listen, it just sounds great.
We're gonna have what? We're gonna have. Well, no, I'll wait. But we're gonna have to have. If anybody out there on Facebook land, WB&D Radio land, or TuneIn land want to be a guest on the Ty and Cody on Purpose show, give us a call. Hit us up at coach@aplmcoaching.com. That's coach@aplmcoaching.com. We would love to have you on the show if you are high school sweethearts. We actually want to interview and talk to you about how long you've actually been together, and the fact of, was there anybody else that you actually possibly wanted to be with other than your spouse?
Listen,
that's my question.
It used to be Halle Berry. Everybody used to say that when I was growing up.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even realistically, like, high school sweethearts. You go, you ain't been with nobody else but your high school sweetheart. Like, really? Yeah, so I commend it. I think that's a good thing.
I do too.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I really do.
I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah. I don't think any of us would have, truth be told.
You were close.
Well, I have to say this though, and this is all fairness. Okay. Like, does it ever cross the mind, like, the what if factor, and like, if you've only ate cheeseburgers all your life, you ever wonder what it was like to eat a hot dog?
Something else. That's my point. That's exactly my point.
It takes a lot.
I seen that hot dog for the longest time. What does it taste like? But hey.
Hey, Eve stared at that apple for a long time too. I'm just saying.
National Cheeseburger.
She did it.
National
I'm just saying.
Come
on, every moment I'm trying to do that. Come on.
So the 21st is actually National New York Day for all our New Yorkers out there. I know I got a couple cousins and so forth out there in New York, grandparents.
I have a couple coworkers who's from New York.
National New York Day on the 21st. The 22nd is American Business Women's Day. Yeah, so I guess they're celebrating the women in the business. Or business women. Yeah.
I need to become a part of that.
Exactly. See how y'all can get benefit. You may get free lunch or free dinner or something from somewhere.
You're always looking for something for free.
I'm not me. I'm not a woman. So it ain't doing me no never mind. I'm trying to help you out. See, I'm trying to tell people to send you. You a businesswoman. Go ahead and get your E on. Shoot. Matter of fact, the 22nd is also National Ice Cream Cone Day. You may get a free ice cream cone for being a businesswoman. Just show your ID, your badge, at the nearest McDonald's and get a free ice cream cone. And I say McDonald's because McDonald's ice cream is never working. Their ice cream machine never works.
It's not ice cream. It's like ice milk.
Especially in the summertime. That's
what is ice cream made out of? Milk.
No, the ice cream I like is made out of custard.
Okay, this is that Midwestern. Got to go to Cops and got to go to Culver's, and National Ice Cream Day, Ice Cream Cone Day. I actually like mine in a cone, except in the summer. Then it starts melting, dripping down your hand, and you got to beat it down to your hand.
So then you get the cone and you get a cup and you turn it upside down.
That defeats the purpose of the cone.
Speaking of ice cream, have you ever ate ice cream at Pelicans, the little snowball thing?
Yes, I've had. They're like water ice.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. Yeah, I love
like
water
a snow
ice.
cone?
I haven't had one yet.
It's a little bit different than a snow cone, but it's like more like an Italian ice.
Oh, okay.
And they're pretty dear. They're pretty good. Pelicans in the Charlotte area. They have one place called Papa Rob's up in Concord, and they're pretty good too. And then now this one I have to throw out there for everyone out there, because I noticed that not everyone that listens to the Ty and Cody on Purpose show is married. We have National Singles Day on the 23rd.
Nice.
Now I wonder, how do singles celebrate National Singles Day?
Wanting to stay single. Listen, some people actually want to stay single.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And then there's some that's
a little too happily.
And then there's some that's been lonely for a while, and it's like, you know what, I can't find somebody, and I'm confused. Like, I don't get it.
And I see, that's hard.
See?
People who say they can't find somebody, it's like, where are you looking? Because I realize that people who say they can't find somebody are usually looking in the wrong place, and they keep looking at that same place over and over and over and over again. It's like, why don't you try somewhere or something different?
And it's not a matter of not finding someone. I think it's a matter of finding someone of quality.
Right.
There's
so why not find someone of quality at the right place? If you if you go into the club and you meeting the same people over and over again, or you taking the same type of person home, same type of guy, same type of girl, number or whatever home, then you go, look, maybe I should stop looking for people in the club. Maybe I should go in the grocery store. Maybe I should go to church. Maybe I should go, to Walmart or something and pick up somebody from Target.
All right, so I got to ask this, because I feel sorry for my singles. Are there any pickup lines?
What are the latest pickup lines, I wonder?
Come on, Ty, help me out now.
You must have been tired, because you've been running through my mind all day.
Negative. I'm like, get away from me, creep.
Because is that still in? I mean, like, do you need to be working out? Like, is there something to get somebody's attention? Like, has that changed?
What's wrong with just a simple hello? How are you?
But what does that lead to, Cody?
Because there are women who, if you say, excuse me, miss, hello, how you doing? I'm fine. Next. And then you move on. So I got a question. Okay.
Come on.
803-692-6370. We want to know, what are the latest pickup lines? Give us a call. Hit us up on Facebook. We want to read them. We want to hear from you.
I mean, not come back. Like,
wait a minute. Stat.
I'm trying.
Did you hear that?
I'm trying to get the pickup lines back, because I'm trying to figure out, is it dated? See, I get
your pickup lines, are they dated? If Stats were here, I'm pretty sure she would say yes.
I couldn't think of the words. Like, see.
No, you're never a man without words. No, I'm not buying that one.
Okay, let me tell you why I said that. Because when I'm out and about, everybody's either jogging, headphones on, or on their phone.
Right.
And if you say something to them, it's like you
bothering
them. Yeah. So it's like, what do you say? Do you say hi? You nod your head?
Or is it a matter of, nowadays, most people are meeting each other via social media or via online channels?
So they're looking at your profile picture.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So you're on Match.com.
So watch this then. So you're on
meet Farmers Only.
So you're on somebody's profile. So I guess you meeting up from there rather than on the profile and happen to see them in the park. Like, if you see them and then you're like, oh, I just saw you on Facebook.
That happened to me.
Stop playing.
I lie to you not. That happened to me. So obviously, prior Cody. So I was actually met somebody on the worst dating site ever. Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish, the worst dating site ever. And so I actually met somebody, one in a million, that are rare.
This is going
and
down.
So I met somebody, and I'm actually like, oh, okay. No. That's what I said. One in a million out of the rarity out there, because there's plenty of fish. Yeah. And so we actually, communicated, and we never met up in person or anything like that. And I only knew her by her profile picture, and she only knew me by mine. And so I'm minding my business. I'm in Walmart, and I'm going down the aisle, and I look up and I go, hey, I know her. That's the girl I've been communicating with on Plenty of Fish.
Come on.
And only knew her by her profile picture. And so I literally had to ping her and say, hey, are you in Walmart? And she was like, yeah. And so I was like, oh, meet me in the front so I can actually introduce, we can actually physically introduce. And so, yeah, we actually introduced, and that was it.
Was it awkward?
It was. Because we had, because we weren't planning, because first of all, she was like, you have to excuse me because I look like mess, because I wasn't planning on meeting you or anyone else for that matter.
Gotcha.
And I was just in there grocery shopping, and she was in there with her son doing grocery shopping or whatever.
Wow.
And so it was kind of awkward. But yeah. So yeah, people do meet each other on Facebook or Instagram or Farmers Only and Black People Meet and all them other places, and yeah, that's where they do it. I don't, and I actually got a social media story about me and Cody, but I'll tell that another time as well.
Yeah, you have to tell that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting story. So, so this past weekend, Mr. Entertainment, we actually had our man cave. And of course, I'm not going to tell you what actually went down in Man Cave, as if you were not there, you should have actually been there.
That's right. What goes down, goes down.
Yeah, what goes down in Man Cave stays in Man Cave. Exactly.
That's right. We don't tell nobody nothing.
You know what?
Wish I could be a fly on that wall.
Just like you don't know either.
No, I don't.
But one of the things that we actually brought up was the 6 most common complaints men have about marriage. And I just thought this was pretty interesting.
I'm all ears. I want to hear this.
And I want to see if Mr. Entertainment or anybody else out there agrees with these complaints. Number 1, they complain about their spouse's tendency to complain. So basically, our wives, we complain about the fact that our wives complain too much. Number 2, they're bored with their spouses. Again, these are the most common complaints men have about marriage. Number 3, they think their spouses are bored with them. I would have to say I've had that thought a time or two before.
And it
that
wasn't
was
just a thought.
Yeah, that was a fear of mine.
That
I would never want Cody to be bored with me, because I have fear if she's bored with me, she'll go find entertainment with someone or something else. So yeah, I've had that one.
So I'm already disagreeing with the first 4. So go ahead.
Okay, I ain't got the 4 yet. Because then number 4, you better not disagree with. Number 4, they're not having sex.
I'm surprised that's not number 1.
I don't know if these are in any chronicle, any specific.
Okay.
See, I disagree with the first 4. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with us.
Number 5, they're not speaking the same love language as their spouse.
Now that one might kind of be that, yeah.
Okay. And finally, number 6, they're sick of the good cop, bad cop parenting routine.
Why? Dads are always bad cop?
In my opinion, yes, we are. I don't like it.
I don't think so.
You don't think? I think so.
In my household, or when I was growing up, my dad was the good cop. It was mom who was the bad cop.
No, because even in my previous marriage, it was always, well, you go be the disciplinarian. So why I always got to be the disciplinarian being the bad cop? So now they looking at me and they're not liking me. So you can come over and show that motherly love. Oh, come here. It's
You're
okay.
the leader. You're the head of the household.
I got that. But again, that's good cop, bad cop. So you go be the disciplinarian while I'll come over here and play save the day mom.
I like that point. I'm always the one to put a bow on it. Like, she says, okay, now you go put a bow on it. I'm like, geez.
So you're the kind of good cop type
person. It's like, you know what, because I give more the philosophical side of it. She give more the straight, direct, raw, uncut, unfiltered, and it hurts. Oh my gosh. Like, listen, it's bad.
But it's I'm sure it's all in love.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it's tough love, and I'm a proponent of tough love.
But no, I like your point though, because I never thought about it like that. Where if you're always the disciplinary one, that you seem like you're the bad parent. It's like, oh my God, here comes dad. Like,
And what type of
effect does it?
Yeah,
leave?
Effect does that leave on the child? That the child is going, well, my dad was always he was always the mean dad, because he was. And truth be told, he may not have necessarily been a mean person. He just had to be the disciplinarian all the time.
So you're saying it has to be a balance?
I think so.
Well, to that point, I can literally remember a lot of conversations where people would say, my dad was stern, my dad didn't play, my dad was no joke. So that was kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
From what I've heard over the years of kind of hearing the stories of, dad wasn't no joke.
So Cody, you're not the only one, because Stacy Smith on Facebook says, mom is the bad cop in our household. I handle the major issues. But Mike also says that he's actually the good cop in his household as well.
So I think it just depends on, the teams and how each parent or the parents decide to do it.
Yeah.
And maybe just
I like switching.
Decide to switch it up a bit. That way you keep the kids on the toes and they never know what parent they're gonna get.
Who coming with the oh my god, like wait, I can't go to mom or dad. Like
especially if dad's a pushover, they're like, okay, here come dad, like for real, he ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I mean they've
already said that.
Yeah, that was my dad.
Or you usually get the wait till dad comes home. Like and then you sitting there like, oh crap. Dad's coming home, like, or if you know dad's a pushover, okay, let dad come. And I'm not gonna lie, I have done that before. I've actually gone in, and you know I'm supposed to be yelling at you, right? But I'm not gonna yell at you.
Listen.
Dude, let's get it together. Come on, like, all right, I'm out. Cry some tears right quick.
Yep.
Like,
are you serious?
No, I've never said cry some tears, but I have actually gone in the room and been like, look, come on, get it together. I'm not about
soothe
to
it
fuss.
over. It's called soothing.
Yeah, I'm not about to fuss. I ain't about to argue. Your mom already got you.
The rules.
You know the rules. Let's keep it moving.
Actually, you read 6 complaints, right? Mm-hmm. Stacy, as the husband, adds a 7th one.
Okay.
He said his wife thinks he's a mind reader. And he's like, if you need help, just ask. Is that pretty common? So, next topic.
Yes. I hate trying to read your daggone mind.
That's
husbands. We already had the conversation about picking somewhere to eat. Just in general, where you go, okay, so what's wrong? Nothing. Why I gotta read your mind? Or, you should already know. Yeah, but I just rather you tell me. I'm not a mind reader. I don't blame you, Stacey. I ain't trying to read my daggone wife's mind either. I do not blame you at all.
Wives, we do have to get better at that because they can't read our minds just like, we can't read theirs.
No, and we do have to get better. Men in general have to get better at communicating with our wives as well. Yes. So, today's topic we have, now if I can get this right, I've been trying to pronounce this all day and I actually got it once today. Unapologetically apologetic. Unapologetically apologetic. Did I get it?
Yes,
Did I get
you got it the second time, babe.
Got it the second time. Unapologetically apologetic is today's topic. We are actually getting ready to get into a pretty interesting hot topic that came about over the weekend. For those who are on Facebook, I do want you to actually take a look at this very quick video. Some of you all are very familiar with it. And then after the break, we're actually going to get deep into this conversation about something that went on with a famous comedian from this weekend. And we want to know, is he unapologetically apologetic? Is the question. Let's take a look at this clip right quick.
I'd rather fess up to my mistakes. I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I have a target on my back, and because of that, I should make smart decisions. And recently, I didn't. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen, and they did. And in doing that, I know that I'm going to hurt the people closest to me, who I've talked to and apologized to, being my wife and my kids. And I just, it's a shitty moment. It's a shitty moment when you know you're wrong, and there's no excuses for your wrong behavior. At the end of the day, man, I just simply got to do better. But I'm not going to also allow a person to have financial gain off of my mistakes. And in this particular situation, that's what was attempted. I said I'd rather fess up to my mistakes.
So for those who don't know, that's Kevin Hart, Mr. Say It With Your Chest. Kevin Hart. That's what he say it with your chest. Kevin Hart, comedian.
I like when he does that.
Kevin Hart I love Kevin Hart. He is one of my favorite comedians of all time. But unfortunately has made some bad decisions in his life, as we all have. But this one specifically in regards to his marriage. So he decided to try to get ahead of this thing by sending out a apology Instagram message to his followers and family and friends, and so forth. But is he unapologetically apologetic? 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. When we come back from break, we will be talking about infidelity and apologizing about your infidelity. Are you unapologetically apologetic? I done said it 3 times in a row, y'all.
Good job, man.
Good for me. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. The Ty and Cody On Purpose Show.
WBND Radio. Home of the brother.
Are you cooking tonight? Yes, if we're not going out tonight now. How was your day?
Fine. How was your day?
Fine.
Do you want to go to a movie?
I'm good.
Does this look like your marriage? Does your marriage feel strained?
Do you feel like your marriage is slipping away? Is your communication not effective?
Reboot your marriage with the Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching, where we're here to help guide and give you the tools you need to make your marriage healthy and successful.
Visit us at aplmcoaching.com.
Or you may contact us via email at coach@aplmcoaching.com or give us a call at 888-466-6104. Live purposefully,
Love purposefully.
because your marriage matters.
I'm at a place in my life where I feel like I have a target on my back, and because of that, I should make smart decisions. And recently, I didn't. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I am or claim to be in any way, shape, or form. And I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen, and they did. And in doing that, I know that I'm going to hurt the people closest to me, who I've talked to and apologized to, being my wife and my kids. And I just, it's a shitty moment. It's a shitty moment when you know you're wrong, and there's no excuses for your wrong behavior. At the end of the day, man, I just simply got to do better. But I'm not going to also allow a person to have financial gain off of my mistakes. And in this particular situation, that's what was attempted. I said I'd rather fess up to my mistakes.
Yes. Ty and Cody On Purpose are back live in the studio. Welcome back, Facebook family. Welcome back, Tune In family, and welcome back, WBND Radio family. As you just heard, before the break and just now, we actually played the clip of Kevin Hart on his Instagram post this past weekend. He decided to try to get ahead of something that was, I guess, getting ready to come out, and decided to issue a apology video to his fans, his friends, and his family, and so forth, about some, I guess, sketchy behavior that he has. Now, I will say personally, I have not seen the alleged video that he is in. I've heard about it. I've heard the very vivid descriptions of the video. At one point, someone said it's kind of hard to tell if it's him, but then they said later on he kind of walks right in front of the camera, and then you can obviously tell Kevin Hart's voice when Kevin Hart speaks. He has a different, he has a very unique voice. So you're like, oh yeah, that's Kevin Hart in the video.
So all of this is just speculation at this point.
Well,
because the reason why I say that is because in this apology, he's not specific as far as what he's apologizing for, and not that he necessarily has to be, but it leaves room for like, okay, what did you do?
For those who may be completely blind to it, right?
Like I was and still am to some degree, because I say he could be apologizing for
saying something wrong on stage or something?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Who's to say that it has to deal with infidelity, or is this a PR stunt?
And that was actually another question that came up because he does have another stand-up special and some other movies and stuff that are coming out later. But so a few months ago, he was actually spotted out in a compromising position with a female, and they were pictures taken that actually came out.
Yeah, this ain't the first time.
This isn't the first time.
It's like third.
This isn't the first time since being married to wife number 2?
Correct.
Oh.
And he, of course, denied, there was nothing going on. We were just sitting in the car, or whatever the case was. And even before that, a few months before that, there was something that a video that was allegedly had come out. So apparently there's a more, I guess, detailed video of him that's out there, and this particular young lady or whoever is saying, I got this video, I need some money, because if you don't give me some money, I'm going to go ahead and release
to
this
the
video.
highest bidder.
Yeah, pretty much so. And so he decided, as you all just heard, to go ahead and try to, get out ahead of it, and to go ahead and apologize for, his wrongdoings, and I got to make better decisions, and all the stuff that you all just heard him say just a moment ago. Now, I will say, not all relationships are picture perfect. Lord knows.
There's no picture perfect relationship.
I was about to say, Lord knows, you and I, we've gone through our ups and downs.
Blow to blow.
And no, because you're going to have people think we got domestic violence relationship going on.
Okay, I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, you just domestic violence. She beat me down, y'all.
Whatever.
So I come up with a black eye. It's Cody.
I love you too much.
But Lord knows, we have our issues, and we're human.
Yeah.
And so we look at Kevin Hart and other people, because they're celebrities in a much bigger light. Because we have Usher, who has his issues, Lord knows. Tiger Woods, I remember where I was when I found out about Tiger Woods.
Jay-Z.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jay-Z, who got beat up in the elevator by his wife's sister. Kobe Bryant, who had to come out the pocket for that ring. Bill Clinton.
There's something wrong with that.
Bill Clinton, as well as David Letterman. David Letterman is another one who tried to get out ahead of his, and he actually, came out on his show and said, yeah, I had some affairs with some people who work for me and under my staff, and then they're trying to blackmail me, so I'm just going to go ahead and beat them to it. So this, that, and third. But let's not only put men on the spot. Let's make this an equal playing field. Okay. We got Jennifer Lopez, who cheated on, what was it, Mark Anthony or whatever.
I thought that was the reverse.
No, she cheated. She actually had a relationship. Heidi Klum, Madonna, and there's a whole host of other females as well that have had, that also cheat. Because the statement that I can't stand,
come on,
women don't cheat. Yes, you do. You just don't get caught.
Yeah,
I just had to throw that one out.
Thank you, Ty.
But
don't do that.
Well.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
If the evidence don't fit, you must have quit.
So here's the thing, though. So as you alluded to earlier, Cody, this is Kevin Hart's second marriage. Now, right before I left the house, they were trying to do some math on TV, trying to figure out, because apparently he was saying that, him and his current wife have been together for 8 years, but he's only been divorced from his previous wife for 6 years. So, of course, his current wife was like, yo, he cheated on me. Matter of fact, he cheated on me with you. So what makes you think he wasn't going to do it to you if he did it to me?
Interesting.
So him apologizing, is it real? Is it a real apology? Is it something?
So I have mixed feelings about this, right?
Okay.
One, because I'm not sold that he's apologizing for infidelity, because he didn't explicitly state that. However, if that is the case, infidelity is between a husband and wife, right?
Yeah.
They made a commitment to God and each other.
Right.
To me, that's the only people and their children who need the apology. The public is not owed an apology at all.
Very true.
Because he didn't make a commitment to the public.
All right.
So don't, and I didn't cut you off. Do you feel as if because he is a public figure and he sets, because, and the reason I say this is because he was on a radio show maybe a month or two ago saying, yeah, I cheated in my first marriage. However, I can't find myself to cheat no more because I'm just not the type of person. One, I'm too skeptical because I'm gonna need to know why you taking pictures, what you doing, this, that, and the third. And plus, I love my wife too much not to cheat in this, that, and the third. And here goes a month and 2 months later, and you trying to jump ahead of this thing because you did some things that you said were sketchy, and you shouldn't have put yourself in positions that you should not have been in.
So, of course, it leads to another comment, another question, though. So, if he's coming out now, is it because he's truly remorseful, or is it because
he got caught?
Exactly.
Right.
Come on. So, like, think about it. So, it goes with the two W's. What did I just do? What do I do now? So, what did I just do means I didn't think about it before I did it. And now that I did it, now it gets to my what do I do now?
Wait,
but
pause,
I think
Tom.
he did
you
think about it.
Right, you did, because if you go on the radio to say,
if
if you go on the radio to say, I can't cheat anymore because this, that, and the third, then you obviously know, okay, one, I'm not going to cheat. But then you go, okay, I know if I do cheat that this can be, the repercussions are this, the repercussions and consequences are this. And you say this on the radio, but then yet you still do it anyway.
But even if he didn't state it on the radio, just the mere act of it, I am speaking to someone in an inappropriate way that is not my spouse. That's a thought. Okay. That thought happened first before that action.
Right.
I am now engaging in a very emotional, potentially emotional relationship
Just
with
say
this person.
selfish act. Keep on going.
Right? That was the thought before I took the act. Then if we take it further and it becomes physical, I am mentally thinking about, okay, I have to unbutton my clothes to operate in this
engagement. Yeah,
don't matter.
But and I completely agree with you there. However, I'm not going to act like I'm completely innocent. I've, now not in this current marriage and not in my previous marriage, but I've, when I was younger, I've, been cheated on a girlfriend or whatever. You're not thinking about the fact of, okay, if I do this, I'm going to get, my girlfriend or my wife or, you think about after the fact crap. Like what's the R. Kelly thing, Trapped in the Closet?
Keep in the Closet.
Yeah, he went home with this chick and didn't think nothing about it until he overslept and woke up and going, oh, what did I do last night? You're not thinking in the moment of, if I do this, my wife is going to think about this, or my husband's going to think about this, but I'm still going to go ahead and do it anyway.
So subconsciously, you're saying, I'm willing to take the risk because I want this pleasure right now.
I would say those who cheat, those who have those affairs, probably do. But there are people, I'm not saying that's the across the board. There are people who probably do say, you know what, wife at home or husband at home ain't doing X, Y, and Z, or I'm bogged down with these kids and he always leaving me to do this, that, and the third, and he ain't thinking about my emotions. John over here at work is, hearing my ear out, he's at least listening to me, and he's also attractive. Or Susie over here at the grocery store, always rapping and running to her every so and so, and she's attractive. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this because wife ain't here or husband ain't here. So yeah, I mean, there are people who probably consciously make a conscious effort and say, let me go ahead and do this, despite what my husband or wife thinks.
So Donnell Holmes says he only confessed because he did not want another person to have financial gain. Not sorry, it was all about the money.
Very true. And there are a lot of because I put it out there earlier today. Thank you for commenting, Donnell. Again, we want to hear the rest of you all's comments as well. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio, as well as you can hit us up on Instagram and hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. We want to hear your comments in regards to infidelity in general, as well as the Kevin Hart situation. So on Instagram, Soul_Arena_Y_Mar. These people with these Instagram names are crazy. Hey Kev, what you did was wrong indeed, but God forgives and restores us. No one is exempt from failure.
True.
But thank God for his grace. Learn from this experience and remember to always honor your family. It will be a bumpy road, but God can sustain you. Take heart, and I pray for you and your wife. Now, mind you, I forgot to also mention his wife was pregnant, y'all. Yeah, his wife is pregnant. She's getting ready to pop it. Yeah. But someone else also says he acknowledged his mistakes last marriage and is doing it again this marriage. Don't praise him for admitting it, because All this is damage control, which is what Donnell just said. Praise him when he's actually faithful in his marriage.
Great response.
So it's easy to say, you know, I'm not going to beat my wife anymore, and I'm constantly beating her upside the head saying I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like at some point, you know, a repentance mind, you know, you have to just change that whole thing around and get away from it. Because if you continue doing it, now you find yourself living in it, and then you find a way to justify what you're doing. So for me, the apologetic statement is a verbal statement to the audience to say, you know what, not only is it may cost me something financially from this person, but it's also going to cause my credibility and my financial statement from a performance standpoint, from an outward appearance standpoint. So now you're looking at me like you won't buy my tickets anymore, because it can easily become another R. Kelly statement. Not to that extent, but women stick with women. And when you a cheater, I look at you as a cheater.
So
that's true.
Do we look at him because he's a celebrity just differently in general in comparison
He's
to
a man. He's a man.
Joe Blow? And I heard that comment earlier too. And as a man, because
to your point, if had it been a woman, for example, no names, but had it been a woman of a high profile status, degrading, disgusting, blah blah.
She'd be called all types of names.
It's a whole different standard, man. I'm be honest with you. It's so bad.
It is. I agree. You're right. She would be called all
and
types
this
of
would get
names.
swept under the rug. Before you know it, tomorrow he'll do a show and it'll be sold out.
And that's true, because again, out of the women that I named just briefly, y'all looked at me like, "Oh, really? They cheated?"
I wasn't surprised.
I mean, well, some of the names, but right, because as you mentioned, in most cases it was not on Good Morning America that, you know, Jennifer Lopez cheated, or Madonna or Heidi Klum or whatever cheated. In other words, Kevin Hart, a male, Jay-Z, a male, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, or, you know, all these other men. They're big national headline news that these guys have had extramarital affairs.
But for me, though, I'm looking at the way these people conduct themselves in their personal lives, right? So if you're an entertainer, like I've been in the entertainment field pretty much all my life, so we know what comes on the back end. So there has to be an accountability standpoint from a spouse to a significant other, as far as what are the boundary lines, what is accepted, what's unacceptable, what is the time frame, where are you at midnight, a married man with an expected wife. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain standards that, you know, you have to put yourself in that position to not be in this position.
But I would also say too, who's in your circle? Like your boys is saying, "Okay, dude, I'm just gonna
your boys in the video.
What you gonna do?" Like those ain't your boys,
right? But should we hold celebrities to a different standard than per se me and you? No. Because
everybody's on the same
everybody's on the same.
Don't tell me I look up to you. No, I'm not doing that.
I'm human. You're human. You have the same, not saying the same thoughts, but you can go through the same thought process that I have. Because in Cody and I've had this conversation before, and I'm just going to put it out there without putting it out there. Cody's come to me and said before, I know there are certain people that I can't hang with because they are in situations to me that I know are bad for me and are tempting. That and I think it's that way for myself as well. I know there's a group of people or a group of guys or whatever that I can't put myself in, or I can't even be around certain situations. Now, certain situations I could be around and I'm good all day, self-control. But then there are some where you go, you know what, y'all play too much. You know, let me get away from y'all because y'all play a little too much. So I think as a human, we have to, as Cody mentioned earlier, think. Yeah, we have to literally think like, okay, you made these comments on the radio, I can't be a cheater because I don't want to mess up what I got. So when you put yourself in that situation or you're around this specific circle, you have to say, okay, am I around the right guys? Am I about to do something I know is going to jeopardize my career or my name or whatever the case may be?
As a man, you should know, as a man, if you are around a group of other men and there is a room full of women that is not your wife and they don't have on proper attire, you shouldn't be there.
So strip clubs out in entertainment?
I'm just listening.
No, I'm joking with
because you think about that. Like your boys, to Cody's point, is you know what? hey bro, I know you here, I know you married, it's about to go down here in about an hour. Listen bro, go home, you know, we about to bring in some so-sos, and you know, it might not be a good look. Now,
and those are the type of people you should be hanging around.
You should be.
But again,
you should.
Those are your boys, and now they giving you a heads up. Now it's your, oh no, I'm good, dog, I can handle it, I'm a grown man, I'm good, I'm secure.
Right.
And next thing you know, drop it like it's hot comes in, and you dropped.
And you say, excuse me, you put the church finger and you walk out the door.
Mike said, where are you at 7 p.m.?
7 p.m.
I said, curfew. That kind of early?
Curfew, listen.
The lights ain't even on outside.
Hey, but
yet.
if that's what it takes, then you need to be going home at 7 p.m.
That is absolutely true. So, okay. So he's done this before, obviously. He said his wife, you know, he's even admitted it in the stand-up. I've cheated before, and his wife has said, yeah, he's cheated on me. And then again, the possibility, and I don't know for sure, allegedly the possibility of him cheating on his current or his previous wife with his current wife. How many times can you apologize for doing the same thing and getting away with it? Are you truly apologetic? Are you truly, or even better of a question, is this, I don't want to say a disease, but is this a
disease, babe? Really?
Habitual. That's the word.
Is this something that
he
you're
may
battling?
Have a deep-seated issue.
Is this something that you're battling? And I'm not just specifically talking about Kevin Hart. I'm talking about men and women in general.
Right.
Because you know what the phrase is: once a cheater, always a cheater. Now I don't necessarily agree with that. I disagree with that. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. But go ahead, Mr. Entertainment.
It's a cause and effect process, because if this person allows that person to be able to hurt them in that sort of manner, then now you're allowing this. Now again, we had a conversation with one young lady, and she was like, you know what, I love this person and I want to be with this person, and I'm willing to allow this person to find himself through all of that, and I'm willing to hang in there because that's the person I chose.
Yeah.
He's not beating on me, he just got a problem.
And so at that point, do you sit there as a spouse and say, I want to stick with him or her through this problem,
that's
or get them help? Deep.
And hopefully he'll come home one day. I don't know. That's pretty tough. Cody,
I mean, because that's that better or for worse that people pledge to when they actually, you know.
But that's still a form of abuse.
It can, but no. If you're acknowledging, and they even acknowledge that this is a problem that I have, and you choose to get help. Because I mean, again, we all fall short.
We do.
And we all have, you know, even in our marriages and our relationships. I'm not perfect. I will never say that I'm perfect. I'm not a perfect dad. I'm not a perfect husband. I'm not a perfect, you know, employer or employee or anything for that matter. You know, I continue to learn every day. So, is it, if I screw up one time, is it just, you know, you're dead and done? Or if you continue to screw up, okay. Again, we had the conversation last week. When do you start to look at yourself and say, okay, this is an issue within me that I need to get help with?
I love grace because it's a reflection moment, and it's a testimony moment of, you know what, we've been through this. Because you can easily say but when you do something of that magnitude, it affects an entire family, and it can actually affect an entire generation if it festers on, right? But when you learn from it and you own up to it and you're having these conversations, now it's healthy to say, this is what you don't want to do, and this is the repercussions of an unselfish act.
Exactly. Because infidelity is something that's, I mean, it's a killer. It is a relationship and you know, killer. I mean, not just a marriage killer. It is a relationship killer because even like you mentioned, when it comes to generations, if your kids find out or hear, then they can say, you know what, dad was a cheater, mom was a cheater. I don't want to associate myself with mom or dad, or I look at mom or dad differently because you didn't respect my mom the way I think you should have. You didn't respect my dad the way I think you should have. Thus, your relationship with your kids are now possibly shot.
Yeah, there's so many, you know, impacts to one act or from one act, I should say.
Exactly. And who's to say, you know, what the deep-rooted issue truly is? Because, all right, so answer me this. So do you feel when people actually cheat that they're just cheating because it's just something to do? There's or I'm not getting it from home type thing? Or is it something deeper than that?
It's easy to bring up an excuse, right? So, you know, when something happens, as long as you're not caught, it's the moment of you're great. But until you're caught, until the light is shown in the dark, and it's like, I see you, now it's like, uh-oh, let me respond. So you get a response from something that sheds light, right? So then you get a response. Whether it's something you want to hear or not, it's in the moment of the response. So, yes.
So, and which is what Donnell was saying earlier, that he did this apology in response to the light being shown.
Well, he did the public apology. We're not sure when he did the his personal private apology to his wife and kids,
because he does owe it to the public. I mean, if you think about it, watch, I buy your tickets, right? You see what I'm saying?
I disagree with that.
And again, it's what's that word I'm trying to be? I'm being political here, right?
Okay.
I'm speaking for someone else. I can care less. But I buy your tickets, and when I buy your tickets, I'm expecting, you know what? I owe you an apology, Cody. You right. When I buy your tickets, I'm expecting Kevin Hart. I can give a crap what you do in your personal life. I expect for you to get up on the stage
comedian
and to be funny.
That's what I was going to say.
I was trying to be political, but it didn't even sound right.
That is
now, I'm going to throw another name out. I shouldn't throw a name out, but I'm going to throw it. There is another person who came up with a movie and has these TV shows and so on and so forth, who does profess, I don't want to say he professes to be a relationship guru, but he has also have been found to have been cheated, as well as his wife has found to have been cheated. Now, are they now held to a different standard because they not only are they a quote unquote comedian, but they also find themselves to be a quote unquote relationship expert now?
Yeah.
Now, so because I'm a relationship expert, now am I being held to a different standard because I consider myself to be a relationship expert in comparison to just being a comedian? That's the wrong standard.
Because now look at you different.
I think so too. And the person I'm talking about is Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey, you know, he has also admitted in his past that he has cheated before. And there's also speculation about how he's cheated on his previous wife with his current wife, and how even his current wife has had some extramarital affairs and so forth. But he has wrote the book on, you know, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman, or whatever it is,
both,
as well as as well as some other relationship things that he's also now. If he found to be being cheated, are we looking at him a little bit differently because now he's put himself out there as a relationship expert?
No, well,
I disagree.
How are you coaching me? Because are you coaching me it's okay? Are you coaching me that this is what happened? This is, you know, like what we just talked about, the repercussions, the cause and effect. Or are you just saying, you know what, you make a mistake, it's cool, get over it and move on?
The standard and the expectation is the same for everyone across the board.
Okay, who you are.
Once you say I do. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're just a lay person such as us, or if you're famous. Doesn't matter, because there was a covenant made that needs to be abide by. And it does not matter what your status is, what your occupation is, who you are. That doesn't matter.
That's like you sign a contract and then you negate the contract. That's a breach. I mean, at the end of the day.
And at the end of the day, you don't owe the public anything, because it's still up to the public to make the decision whether or not they're going to spend their dollars with you. That's their personal choice.
That's an economic standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Good point.
I'm with you all the way. I'm with you all the way. I just want to know what the people think. We want to continue the conversation. Go ahead, Cody.
And I just hope, you know, at the end of the day, that regardless of what the public thinks, my first prayer is to Kevin Hart's children, because the public can be brutal.
Absolutely.
And children of their age, you know, just wouldn't understand what's going on. So I pray for their children, and then I pray for their marriage.
And we're all human. I mean, at the end of the day, he's Kevin Hart, but he's Kevin Hart the person. He's Kevin Hart the human being.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's hard to pull that title off of a person to see who they really are as a person. But, you know, the Bible says we must love our neighbor as ourselves. So I think we have to look at that as, if that were you,
how would you?
How would
he needs to get help, I pray he gets help.
APLC coaching.
Exactly. APLMC coaching.
Call us, Kevin. We'll help you.
We'll help you. So basically, the moral of the story is, one, don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
It's not worth it.
it's not worth it. Well, I can't say especially, but yeah, it's just not worth it. Like, it's flat. It's just not worth it, regardless. If you've made a covenant to your wife or to your husband to be faithful and to be honest and commit to one another, till death do you part, through good times and bad, it's not worth it to go out there and be unfaithful. You can find the same good-looking female, the same good-looking guy over and over and over and over and over again. And so that does not mean just because you see a good-looking female or a good-looking guy that you should go out there and do things that you should not do.
Think about what it's worth.
Think about what it's worth. And honestly and truthfully, it's not worth it. It truly is not worth it. I will say go to God, pray about it, and as Cody said, if you need help, get help. I will actually say, and if I have a very quick second, if I want to pull up right quick, we actually had a comment earlier that actually wrapped it up pretty good for me from a previous guest that we had on the show, Miss Laura Gathers from Love Harder Marriage Coaching. Adultery is not a mistake, it's a sin. Mistakes can be erased. Adultery has to be repented and then forgiven.
Love it.
Wow.
Ask for forgiveness and get help.
Truly mean it.
And truly mean it and get help, y'all. Y'all know how we do. We like to have unfiltered marriage conversation here on the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. Let's continue this conversation off air, offline. The Ty and Cody on Purpose show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We want to keep the conversation going. We appreciate you all for tuning in each and every Monday here with Ty and Cody on Purpose, where we live purposefully,
love purposefully.
Ty and Cody on Purpose. Peace. Facebook family, thank y'all for tuning in. I saw so many of y'all tuning in. Thank y'all for y'all comments.
Yes.
Thank y'all for sharing the video. Again, we want to keep the conversation going. What do you think about Kevin Hart's apology? What do you think about him as being an entertainer and being and having infidelity within his marriage? Not even to mention that his wife is pregnant. Does he get, a pass because he's an entertainer, or is he held to the same standard that you and I are held to because we're just normal people like, everyone else? We want to hear from you. Hit us up. We want to hear from you. Hit us up. Let's keep the conversation going. Good topics. We will again want to encourage one another in this journey we call marriage. Let's talk about it, y'all. Ty and Cody on Purpose. We will see you all next Monday. Live purposefully.
Love purposefully.
Ty and Cody.
Be
Peace.
safe.